Between January 1st, 2019 and November 7th, 2019, there were 208 crashes in work zones that were reported to the TOC. The primary purpose of notifications are to ensure that the TLC knows where you are. That way, if something were to happen and additional assistance is needed, the TLC can get them to you immediately. Shown here is a flow chart that will walk you through the entire process from beginning to end. This chart is also included in the course material. The first thing you're going to do is create your LCAMS entries. In a very simple situation, you'll learn that there are no conflicts. If there are no conflicts, the system will tell you, and then you can move on to creating your VA traffic entry. Once your VA traffic entry has been created, you'll be able to notify the TLC that you're beginning work. You want to call them before the first cone or the first sign is put down. And then you'll call them again after the rest of the equipment has been removed and the work zone itself has been finished in full. Now, in the event that there are conflicts, your next step is going to be to contact the other work zones that you have conflicts with. That information will be provided to you by the LCAM system. Once you've contacted that work zone, if you've been able to resolve the conflict, you'll document it in LCAMS, and then you'll move on to creating your VA traffic entry and follow the rest of the chart as earlier. If you're unable to resolve your conflict, then you may have to look into adjusting the time, date, or location in which you work. Once you do that, you'll go back to finding out if there are any conflicts, and you'll start the process all over again. Why are work zone notifications necessary? Once your work zones have been entered into the 511 system, that information goes out to the 511 page. That page will notify motorists about active work zones as well as inactive work zones. This information allows the public to decide on taking alternate routes in advance in order to plan out their trips. So, really quickly, I want to go over the times when notifications should be made. The first is going to be that the TOC should be alerted before the first cone or sign is placed out. With this information, the TOC is able to post appropriate signs for the work zone, providing them with additional coverage. And then, if the work zone will have to perform a slow roll in order to place signs on the opposite shoulder, the TOC should be notified of this as well. If the TOC is not aware of the slow roll to place signs in the left lane for a closure in the right lane, all of the posted CMS will direct traffic into the left lane where the workers are currently placing signs. And then, once all of the work is completed and the last cone or sign has been removed, the TLC should be notified again that the work zone is now clear. At that point, they will blank all appropriate CMS and close out the work zone and VA traffic. At this point, you're probably wondering what kind of information should be provided when you call into the TLC. The first thing you want to give is your name, as well as the name of the point of contact if you're calling in on their behalf. After that, the name of the company you're working for, the type of work that you will all be performing, the county the work is located in, the name or route number of the road, including the direction, the two intersections you'll be working between or the 2 mile markers, the lanes being blocked, the projected time frame for the work, or an easier way to call in your work zone is by providing the work zone number. This number typically starts with a WZ. For the central region, it'll be WZCE, or for example, for Eastern, it'll start with WZEA. Providing this to the TLC will enable them to pull up the correct work zone very quickly. At that time, they'll verify with you all of the information listed, and if all you have to do is let them know if there are any minor changes. Now, In the middle of a work zone where you may need to notify the TLC as well. Some of these times may include if the lane blockage changes. This will allow the TLC to update the VA traffic entry for you, as well as changing any changeable message signs for you. If the point of contact changes, you want to let them know that as well. This will prevent them from calling a person who may no longer be on site. In addition, if you run past the scheduled end time due to unexpected circumstances, you want to give them a call then as well. Or if you happen to change your location. Number of people who can make the necessary notifications. There are two conditions for this. First of all, the person must be on site. Being notified by a person on site ensures that the most up to date information is being provided to the TLC. Secondly, do not have more than one person call in the work zone. If one group is performing the work and another contractor is handling the traffic control, only one needs to call in. Having more than one group calling the same work creates confusion. By the TLC, the first action taken should always be to create your LCAMS entry so the potential conflicts can be detected as soon as possible. When creating LCAMS entries, keep in mind that they're only necessary for interstates, limited access primaries, and high volume secondaries. Is going to provide you with a list of work zones that could potentially be a conflict. It will also provide you with information about what kind of work they're doing, what times they're planning the work, what lanes they'll be blocking. This system is also where you will document if your conflicts have been resolved. Conflicts have been resolved and documented, you can move on to creating your VA traffic entry for the TLC to activate. Once notified, the TLC or Smart Traffic will activate the works on the VA traffic and post any necessary changeable message signs or deactivate the work zone and blank the signs.